This is the PNN Midterm election check-in to see how you are faring. I'm here by request. Not really sure what we're going to do, but I'm here, and that's what matters, and you're here, and we made it through the day, depending on where you live. Actually, if you're on the West Coast, you made it through the day, because it's only 6 o'clock. I mean, it's 6 p.m., and it's the end of the day. So here we are, and I'm not really sure what to talk about, because I have not touched the news. The mainstream news, as we discussed last night. Look at this, 2 nights in a row. Jeez. I was with you Sunday for Church of Spirituality. I was with you last night, and I'm with you again. Probably not for 2 full hours, but definitely DeSantis is winning big time. Are you sure? We'll look at a few things. I don't believe that. Remember, nobody can really be saying that they've won yet, right? So I'm watching the chat and we're having a little discussion. Thomas Martin, you are aware that the votes aren't all in, okay? This is why I'm not watching the polls. This is the reason I'm not watching mainstream news, because it's inaccurate. I'm working my fingers to the bone. No, I'm good. Yeah, see, according to CNN, are you really listening to CNN? Seriously? I got her off of CNN when Chris Light took over. Let's realize too that, and I've been saying this for years now, and I'm surprised people don't acknowledge it for what it is. We have been in a silent war with Russia since 2015. Probably before that. So I'm not really calling who will win, because I mean, I kind of already did, but not specifically. So I posted on my community page my in a nutshell. I know, don't watch the news. I mean, okay, let's look at this from a logical perspective. If you watch the Super Bowl, do you decide how the Super Bowl is definitely going to be before the game's over? I mean, do you know? Any game, say any sports game. Does anybody know what the score is going to be at the end of the Super Bowl? We do the numbers, we place bets, we go to the bar and and you buy a square to sort of guesstimate what the score will be, to kind of guesstimate what's going to happen, but you don't know until the game is over. Right? You with me? You don't know until the game is over who won. Especially in football, because things can change like really fast in a few seconds. And that's the closest analogy I can give you to what's going on right now, is like a football game. I mean, I'm up in the land of, where Brady played for the Patriots, and I cannot tell you how many games we watched at the edge of our seats, biting our fingernails off, like, are they going to pull this off? And they would, in seconds, with seconds to go. One time, quick story about that, they were in the playoffs, the Patriots, a few years ago, might have been 2018. They were in the playoffs, and there was a game. The game was in the end, towards the end, and it looked like down to the last 10 seconds that the Patriots were going to lose, and I turned off the TV, and right after I turned off the TV, I felt this wave of energy come over me that felt like victory. I'm talking about a football game. And this football game, when I turned the TV off, because I didn't want to watch them lose, in this particular football game, which had sent them to the playoffs, the Patriots, when Brady was there, in the last 5 seconds, there was a touchdown and they won. So I'm just saying, we don't know. So do we want to drive ourselves crazy, or do we want to just, see what happens? Because here's the deal, and if you want to de-stress yourself, no matter what happens, we will still, I mean, this has been a reality check and a wake-up call. Aw, sweet, I'm glad you're here. I sacrificed myself of not watching the game. That's true. It was a Patriots game. It was a play to determine whether they'd go to the playoffs or the Super Bowl. I don't remember which. But I turned off the game because I couldn't handle it. I didn't want to see them lose, and then they won. So think about what we're doing right now. Are we really going to stress ourselves out because we are thinking, this is a good check-in. We're thinking about the worst case scenario. Do we do that in our lives? Why would we do that? Why would we do that to ourselves? It's kind of like being mean to ourselves, right? So don't stress, and whatever happens, we can handle it. And it's been a reality check that we have for decades not paid attention to our government. Turn off your damn TV. Yeah, well, hang on, Mr. Thomas Martin, who posted the horrible post of DeSantis winning. I'm just messing with you. Whatever happens in that, I have done the best I could do. That's all anyone could ask. I understand your sentiment, but let me tell you something about that, just to add to that. I'm not stopping. If all the psychics will save the world, says Amy. I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. Thank you, Warren, for turning off the television. I'm not stopping Grassroots of Democracy. I'm not stopping my meditation nights on Tuesday that we just finished up on. I'm not stopping the meditating and visualizing a healed America. I'm not stopping any of that. I like Ryan looks like he may win. Look at the good things. I'm not quitting. TV is off. Good. I love it. People are just turning the TV off. I don't have a TV either. I was saying last night, I don't remember ever owning a TV. I was just never into TV. So, let this really be a learning for us. Let us understand. No one can be 100%. Yes, that's very true. But Thomas, I hope you understand that I'm not stopping. Because to me, this is just a wake-up call. That we have to get involved in saving our democracy. Absolutely. The Rune cards I pulled last night, I felt they were really powerful. You can watch hockey. Can you watch the hurricane? Let us know how it's going down there. We'll have to send you good vibes. This is a wake-up call. Absolutely. And you know what? We have an opportunity to interject our desire for democracy into the real conversation. We just had a Zoom meeting where we discussed a little bit what's going on. And we were talking about the need, and the American people have to put the pressure on. Yeah, good. All you people are turning off your TV. I love it. I love it. That's great. Don't watch it. They're trying to drive you crazy. One of the things that we were talking about is the need to have some semblance of a fairness doctrine reinstated into our American democracy so that people can't just be out there blaring these violence inciting things and lies. That has been the crux of the issue. And when I mentioned earlier, we have been at war with Putin since 2015. What I mean by that is I watch Cheers reruns, believe it or not. I do. This is my true confessions. So Putin is the master of psychological warfare. So with a fairness doctrine, we'd at least have to have the news check whether something was true or not. Norm! Cheers. On Hulu, they have reruns of Cheers. I've opted to just watch mindless, keep the lights on. I've just opted to watch kind of like mindless stuff. We will have to interject ourselves into our democracy in numbers and levels never before seen. After January 6th happened, I kept just realizing we have a second chance at saving our democracy. We almost lost it. We didn't lose it. We are not going to let ourselves lose it. We are saving our democracy. And the hurricane is coming into Florida. I haven't watched Frasier yet. I know Frasier was a character in Cheers, and then there's another show called Frasier. I'm sort of making up for all the time I never watched those things very much. This is getting, I detect a pattern. I was on Friday night, and Texas was in the midst of massive amounts of tornado warnings, and they got hit. Tonight and last night we were talking about the hurricane Category 1 hitting Florida. Don't be fooled by the number. Category 1 is quite damaging. So we need to do something about global climate change. You guys are flip-flopping to different psychics? That's great. I'm glad they're on. So if it gets to be too much, pick your favorite. Maybe it's Seinfeld. Pick your favorite old, from decades ago, sitcom. Everyone's talking about the hurricane going through Mar-a-Lago. Hey, you know what? We can check that. I think we might have looked at that last night. Thank you all for being here. Honestly, it's by popular request, so I feel happy to be able to be with you and celebrate democracy. So let's take a look. Let's see. You were feeling blue wave earlier tonight, and now you're feeling like it's 2016. We will have none of that. Let's state the ground rules. You ready? Here are the ground rules. I'm going to watch Frasier. The ground rules are, we're in this space to hold the vision for the outcome that we want to see. I'm glad there are other psychics on live right now too, which I did know that. So I came on because people were asking me to come on. So I'm not offended if you're flipping back and forth, but do flip back and forth. So the ground rules are we have to be positive. In this live stream, we're here to be positive. We're generating the positivity that we need. And democracy has to win. Because we cannot have this global climate change, weather, disaster situation. I'm telling you, it was just Friday. And this happens all the time. You're welcome. And it sadly happens all the time. I'm in the middle of a live stream and there's people saying, this tornado's coming, there's this coming, this flood's coming, there's this. Like as we speak, as we're on the live stream. So the Democrats have to win because the Republicans will shoot down anything that has to do with global climate change. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. If you pop out and come back, everything will still be okay. All is well. So the ground rule is, I got a fruit fly in here. I don't know how that happened. Those can be really annoying. So I think keeping in mind that our thoughts have energy, our thoughts are powerful, keeping that in mind, we're not allowed to say anything here. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm not going to make you go away, but we're not encouraging here, saying anything that has defeatist energy to it. Also, I want us all to think about, welcome back, Carter. Is that on? Sorry, I keep reading the comments because I was talking about watching reruns of Cheers from the 1980s. All is well. watch your favorite sitcom. Thoughts are things, thoughts contribute to the outcome that we want to see. So think of the people in Ukraine, and let's send the people in Ukraine a lot of really good positive healing energy, and let us be humbled that we're not in that situation as we pray fervently for them and for an end to Putin's madness. And we owe it to the Ukrainians to do whatever we possibly can to save this democratic form of government, and we are working hard and we're doing it. Yes, we did mention Seinfeld. Now, what was I going to read on? Now I forgot. I'm going to pull 3 cards about Christ. Governor Christ. You know, whenever I say Christ's name, I keep calling him Governor Christ. And I know he was governor before, but that just keeps popping out of my mouth when I just mean to say Christ. Governor Christ comes out. Take that, Thomas. Now, keep in mind, DeSantis is very much set. Yes, Christ. People keep writing Christ for Christ. DeSantis will be very upset, and he will fight like the Dickens. Schumer won. Oh, good. He'll fight like the Dickens to contest his loss. Who's up there saying, Pat Spicer is saying, finding solace by listening to John Denver. You're a person after my own heart. Now I have to show you what I found from John Denver. Let's see. My niece just texted me that she's doing a vision board for America. Did y'all see my vision board for America? Leave it to Beaver, really? Oh, yeah, he definitely did. Did you hear that from me, Giselle222? I have been saying that for a long time, that I see a scandal for DeSantis. I see DeSantis in handcuffs. Too early to call stuff. Just don't turn it off. Yes, every thought we think is our future. Anyway, so I showed you my, I'm not going to pull it off the wall, but I showed you my collage. Make a collage for America. We're in the game. We're fighting for democracy. We're not going to stop. Yeah, there's a lot of readers on. I wanted to show you, because somebody mentioned John Denver. See if I can get it. Hang on, it's showing me my own video. Okay, can you see that? If you're into John Denver, there's a 1997, 1998. He died in 1998, I believe. There's a PBS special, Let This Be a Voice. It's on YouTube. Okay? It's on YouTube. Gloria, turn it off. Turn it off. Here's another ground rule for tonight. Alright? Here we go. You're not all going to hear it because people are jumping on at different times. Please hit the thumbs up if you can, because it helps me somehow. Still haven't figured out how. But anyway. You fill up my senses like a night in the forest. Okay. I'm a songwriter. I love John Denver. He's a really talented songwriter. We're not allowed to call somebody who's of the evil one. We're not allowed tonight to say that that person won. So anybody who's going to say, oh, good, yeah. Well, in Massachusetts, anyway, I just wanted to say that we're only allowed to say the positive wins right now. I didn't know Massachusetts had called it yet, but our Governor Baker, Charlie Baker, he decided not to run again. So Healy got in, right? I haven't watched the news. Okay, so Amy's saying, so we're not reporting any. Oh, Rio de Janeiro. How are things in Brazil? You guys happy? I'm glad you're showing up because, you know, you probably have some positive things to say about elections there in Brazil. We're not allowed to call things that are not good. Okay? Got it? I was reading about Charlie Crist. I'm sorry, there's too many things going on. 3 of coins. All right, this is what I'm getting on Crist. And everyone's instructed to turn the TV off, okay? That's my job, is to keep you grounded. That's my purpose. Well, right now it is. This is what I'm reading on Crist. The 3 of coins is rebuilding. This is about rebuilding. The Ace of coins is about a positive vision for Florida. And the Fool is DeSantis. I don't know who's calling that right now. What are you allowed to do? You're allowed to be positive, and you're allowed to share your favorite sitcom. Vera, so you're in Brazil. I know. It's rough. Let's send love to Brazil. So Lula won, and the angels are making him stay in office. We can read on that too. If you have me on your TV, of course you can keep it on, but no watching the news. The Fool is, DeSantis is cheating. Did you all see the ad? You're allowed to watch me. You're not allowed to watch the news. I mean, you can have the TV on something else, but you're not allowed to watch the news. And people are putting up their favorite sitcoms. Because I mentioned that I've been watching old sitcoms like Cheers. And someone wrote, Norm! I gotta check out Frasier. Mike and Molly, I thought for a second it was Mork and Mindy. Lassie, where are you finding these? Lassie? Oh my goodness. Isn't that in black and white? The Big Bang Theory is fun. I used to like to watch that 70s show, but the last time I saw an episode of that 70s show, that canned laughter is so bad. I mean, they put on the canned laughter after every single thing that somebody says. It's crazy. I do want to read to you because I thought it was so right on. Last night I showed you my rune stones, and I really feel compelled to read to you what the rune stones from last night gave to us so graciously, because it was really amazing. A lot of psychics say Trump will return. We're only doing good news. What do you mean he's going to return? What does that even mean? He never left. Daryl? I'm confused. Yeah, the DeSantis ad was, oh my God. I mean, it just really showed you how unstable he is. Okay, we're talking about old sitcoms. These are the 2 rune stones I got last night. So, you know, I kind of listened to what I had read, and Hagala is the rune stone. I'm going to read a little bit to you again. Seeds of icy carnage rain down, planting points of clarity and choice. This is a rune card. The shattered ground on which you stand cannot stay frozen in its brokenness. So what's happening here is the energy is breaking up. We're in that phase of our democracy. We're in this stage of everything's being broken up to come together in a brand new way. It's very Shiva. It's very like the Hindu in India, they pray to Shiva to destroy everything, to bring it together in a new way. So this Hadala's rune is about that. And sprouts of life will emerge once the schism has shifted, bearing a refreshed path. So we have to kind of, roll with what's going on here. And Ansus said to seek a higher invisible truth, to abide by the laws of nature and embody the shimmering currents, to become a mouthpiece for the word of the ether and inspire awe and curiosity to those who desire to embody and understand. This is a call for us to come together more. Okay? All right. I pulled 3 cards on Chris. Our Brazilian person, do you want me to... Some really good suggestions for sitcoms to watch. I don't know where you can find the Brady Bunch. I guess on YouTube, right? Is our Brazilian person still here? When for the Ages speech? I don't know. You saw the Three Stooges in person? Good Lord. Wait a minute. Match came from the 1970s when the regulars drank between episodes and played tanks. That would be funny to watch. Carol Burnett show, yeah, that would be funny. How about Bob Newhart? I thought was very, very funny. That Girl reruns on Amazon Prime. I'm finding a lot on Hulu. Yes, I know you all thought we were going to be talking about the election, but we're talking about sitcoms. I don't know, Endeavor. World War II? Where'd that come from? Seinfeld, yeah, for sure. I'm just asking the guides what I need to read on. I'm going to read on how the Biden administration is feeling right now. Keep the vibes high. Keep the vibes high. How about old SNL? Find some old SNL. I mean, like Belushi, Gilda Radner. The old SNL when it first started. Hilarious. Yeah, the Newhart show was really funny. Yeah, see? We're bringing back good memories. We're all mentioning sitcoms and we all forgot about Green Acres. The Jackie Gleason show. Alright, let's see. We're reading on how the Biden administration is feeling right now. Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger! Watch some old Belushi. Watch the Blues Brothers movie. The first year of SNL. Yes. Okay, we're here for all the good news. The Biden administration right now currently is feeling like they don't know what's going to happen. They're watching the news, so they're the Three of Swords, the Four of Wands. Well, this kind of is in alignment with what I was seeing, what I was seeing was the Democrats winning by a slim margin. I'm very clear that the slim margin is simply because of voter rights being taken away, and gerrymandering and redistricting and all that, and voter suppression. Otherwise, if they weren't messing with the vote so much anyway, I'm not going to go there. If the Republicans weren't messing with the voters as much as they have, let's put it in simple terms. The Republicans are messing with the voters in our democracy by making it so hard to vote. I was very grateful today. I voted, it took me about 5 minutes. So, but it's not that way for so many people. So the Republicans have suppressed the vote as much as they could, and then some. If you read in the chat, people are posting their favorite sitcoms. And so the Four of Wands is saying, we'll have something to work with. At the end of the day, we'll have something to work with. And what I mean by that is that the Democrats will win. Energetically, it's a blue wave. What I pick up, yeah, we want all the good news. Sonny and Cher, wow. I mean, we're going way, way back, people. So the energy psychically is about 70% Democratic votes. The outcome is going to be the Democrats winning by the skin of their teeth. Okay? So, Mr. Rogers? So think about it. We have an opportunity to save our democracy. So I was asking how the Biden administration is feeling. Yeah, they're watching the news. They have, they're feeling upset and sad and not knowing what to think. But the Four of Wands is like, we have something to work with. Somebody posted that Schumer won. So, we'll have something to work with. We have love to work with. There you go. Listen to Dancing Warrior. You want to vote on the funniest show ever? I don't know what that would be. Sister. My Halloween show featured Sister Marionette on Halloween. Somebody was asking, does the Sister Marionette know Father, what was his name? Father Guido Sarducci. That's funny on SNL. Yes, that's very funny. Okay, I'm kind of reading cards. I'm more here so, for like moral support. Something happened to my chat there. Cher wore great clothes. Who is her designer? Bob Mackie. Yeah. My mom always wanted to watch Cher because she was always wanting to know what other outfit she was going to wear. It's really something. The Flying Nun. This is... All right. Oldies but goodies. Okay, so I was asking about the Biden administration. What I got was that there was some heartbreak because there were people that they want to win that doesn't look like they're winning. I get the sense that they're just watching the news too much. But anyway, but the Four of Wands indicates we'll have something to work with. And so this is why I said that all my hard work is not over, and I hope we're all together on that. With our Grassroots of Democracy that I started in January. We meet every week, more than once. And the 20 on Tuesdays, which we did tonight, meditating for a healed America, visualizing a healed America. All this work that I have been doing, it doesn't stop. I'm not going to take a vacation from all this work to save our democracy. Making up for lost time that we weren't involved in saving our democracy. We're not going to stop. These midterms are a turning point. The Addams Family, the animated Addams Family is pretty cute. Cher is dating a 36-year-old guy? Really, Vera? Vera, did you want me to do a reading on Brazil? You're the one from Rio, right? Don't stop. It's not over till it's over. It's not, and it's not going to be over for a while. Let's remember, in the presidential election, we didn't know. Let's see. The last election was November 4th, I believe. The presidential election, and we didn't know until the weekend. Where you vote? Where you vote? Yeah. The monkeys are really funny. Okay, so we're gonna, because Vera's, she's coming in from Brazil. We're gonna read on that situation. I haven't updated my news on Brazil. I mean, we're happy Lula won. That's a big step. What's designed to, so Amanda's talking about the news is designed to make you lose your mind. I think that that's really true. Yeah, I think the news is designed to piss you off. I do. I'm standing by that. Okay, so we're reading about Brazil. Because we have a Brazilian in the house. And, I do see violence. I hope it's not too bad. What's happening in Brazil is Bolsonaro is going to do his damnedest to steal it back. Okay, will he succeed? Because the Seven of Cups is Bolsonaro is telling lies, 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 lies. Bolsonaro is just telling gazillions of lies. I mean, he's much like Trump, but I mean, it's just like the way that Bolsonaro is telling lies. It doesn't look like there are many people that can stop him from telling all these lies. Like, you know, here we have the news, like, oh, he said this and that was a lie, and it's hard to keep up. But anyway, Bolsonaro is really trying to just be really, really loud and just obnoxious. The Four of Cups is, I feel like the angels are on this, and Bolsonaro is trying his darndest to inflict as much pain as possible. He's a heinous excuse for a human being. But I'm going to, we're reading on Brazil, going to use the pendulum. Now, understand that the angels don't want our country to burn up completely and be incinerated by global warming. And Bolsonaro, being in power, would create an unsustainable planet. So, let's see. What I'm reading right now is Bolsonaro is creating all kinds of pain for Brazil. I definitely see that. Now, what I want to say, well, we definitely need to pray for Brazil. Is Lula going to succeed in getting into office? I'm getting a yes. There's going to be a delay. I feel like through December it's going to be a lot of tumult. But I actually am picking up that Bolsonaro is going to be overthrown, and it's not kindly. Does that help, Vera? Andy Griffith. Well, Bolsonaro did not win the election. But what the cards that I just pulled was he's really creating a lot of problems. We kind of knew that, and the cards confirmed it. But then with the pendulum, I saw that I keep on saying, well, by December, as if it's so far away. December is just next month, right? In the start of the new year, I feel like Lula will take his position. Is that how it works there? I'm not sure if that's how it works there, but that's what I'm picking up. I love all your suggestions for sitcoms. A lot of them Bugs Bunny. I love Bugs Bunny. Love Bugs Bunny. I should watch Bugs Bunny reruns. Lawrence Welk, that's not a sitcom. TV has been referred to as a boob tube, that's true. Yeah, you know, and actually, what's so interesting, I was talking about watching reruns of Cheers. What's the mailman's name in Cheers? We're being positive. Was somebody being negative? Smack him around. I'm just kidding. I didn't see him being negative. The guy that plays the letter carrier on Cliff. Okay, thank you. You guys are on it. So there's an episode of Cheers where Cliff he's just like mortally wounded because he saw one of the other letter carriers postal. You might remember this episode. He saw one of the postal workers steal one of those inserts, you know, those perfume samples. There's an episode where Cliff the mailman and Cheers is all bent out of shape about it because it broke their moral, you know, ethics. The guy stole a little sample of cologne out of a magazine, and that was going on in an episode of Cheers. And I was watching that going, oh my goodness, how far we have fallen. Where you know, there was an episode where he was so concerned about being, you know, an upstanding member of the, you know, postal service, an upstanding employee. So you might remember that episode. Okay, I'm taking your questions. Like I said, I didn't know what we'd do tonight, but I just wanted to give you a place to go to be distracted. If you remember that episode, Amanda, he was so concerned, and he actually called and turned the guy in, and then he tried to do it like a whistleblower anonymously. It was pretty good. Anyway, don't watch the news. Don't watch the news. Just work on saving democracy. Okay. There have been so many new groups that have popped up, YouTube channels, media like Midas Touch, and what's the other one? The podcast, Pod Save America. So many, I can't even count them. Lost in Space. Yeah, that one gets that gets a bell ring. How about the Jetsons? Lost in Space? I loved that show. It was so tacky. Next. Big Bang Theory is pretty funny. The Pain. Planet of the Apes, that's not a sitcom. If you just came on, we're talking about sitcoms because we're talking about, I started it because I said I've been watching old episodes of Cheers just to, distract my mind. And it's definitely not good to watch the news before you go to bed, so don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? Questions. Danger, Will Robinson. Yeah, that was so funny. So funny. Everyone's recommending Frasier. Oh my gosh, I'm at a loss for questions. How could this be possible? What do you want to know? We're talking about comedies, pretty much. This isn't the Patriots and Tom Brady. What are you talking about? I don't understand that. Okay. You guys are all into that. Let's take a look at the weather in Florida and how that's going to affect the governorship there. All right, we'll put it that way. Will this hurricane hit Mar-a-Lago? Let's see. Okay. Will this hurricane hit Mar-a-Lago? I think they're still calling it a hurricane. Will it hit Mar-a-Lago? It looks like it will. It's right on the water's edge, right? Good night. I'm just saying good night to Professional Aquarian, to Kathy. Thanks for coming. The Wheel of Fortune, what this is when the Wheel of Fortune comes up, it's a change of fortune. So I see that the guides are saying Mar-a-Lago being damaged by this hurricane. I don't think it's going to go underwater or anything. Not just yet. It's going to stress Trump out big time because I feel like it's interesting. I feel like Mar-a-Lago doesn't have the insurance that it needs. Does that make sense to anybody? I'm reading about the hurricane in Mar-a-Lago. It looks like it's going to hit Mar-a-Lago. It's going to hit that area, and I see damage. And what I see is that it's going to be kind of expensive, and I don't feel like it's insured enough. You'd think that Donald's fans and rich friends in Florida would come and bail him out, but I'm not really seeing that. I know she's getting married this weekend, but I got that the hurricane will have passed by then. But isn't that interesting? Thank you, Terry. Hit the thumbs up. Yeah, it's going to be on Saturday, right? We did read on that a little bit last night. Will the hurricane affect Mar-a-Lago? It's saying no. It's saying it's not going to affect Mar-a-Lago. But I do see some damage, so I don't really see, Oh, you're voting for me? Good. I don't know what I'm running for. All right. Will the hurricane affect Mar-a-Lago? Well, yeah. I mean, I must have asked it in a different way, in a different spirit the first time. It will affect Mar-a-Lago. Well, the hurricane delayed the wedding. Oh, that's interesting. Anything by the Muppets is great. The Muppet Christmas Carol is pretty cute. Well, Lindsey Graham plead the fifth now that he has been ordered to testify. And wasn't Mark Meadows also ordered to testify? Let's share all the good news, shall we? Troll in the house. Yes, troll in the house. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've seen her a lot before, and I'm not appreciating it. Anyway, you guys are awesome. I'm not dwelling on the negative. Mama's Family, is that a movie? I mean, a sitcom? I just picked up that there was going to be some kind of a problem at Mar-a-Lago. Okay. Hold everything. Let's do that again, shall we? Is this storm going to hit Mar-a-Lago? Sometimes you have to ask a couple times. Yes. Is this hurricane going to, is it going to affect the wedding plans? Yes. Oh, okay, it was a Carol Burnett thing. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Vicky, what was her name? Vicky Lawrence. Really, Carol Burnett is hilarious. We're reading about Mar-a-Lago being... Hi, Bon Blue. We're reading about Mar-a-Lago being affected by the hurricane. And I got that there wouldn't be enough insurance. I do have a little bit of a Mary Trump thing going on, don't I? Let me see. How long will Charles be king? That was out of left field. Let's see. I might ask that. Okay, we're reading about the hurricane of Mar-a-Lago. That's what we're doing right now. Stop being distracted by the sitcoms. A little more information about that. Oh, Damon, you're so sweet. Let's see. I actually feel like the wedding will happen there, but there's going to be some damage at Mar-a-Lago. There will be some damage. Good times. How about, you know what nobody wrote? Nobody put All in the Family up there. Yeah, I don't think Tiffany wants to get married there, so and what tells me that is this Three of Wands. I don't think Tiffany's really into it, because the High Priestess is like keeping secrets. So this is Tiffany, not really wanting she does want to marry this guy, whoever she's marrying. She is in love. She's looking forward to the marriage, but I feel like she's keeping, the secret is that it's not what she really wants. And the Three of Wands, I'm seeing an opportunity for her to change things if she wants to. Yeah, Columbo, Amanda, but we're talking about funny shows. I don't remember Columbo being funny. He was an interesting character who really got into lots of problems in his personal life. Mary Hartman. Wow. Some of these are so old. Okay, let's see. So, what time is it in Brazil, Vera? It is late, isn't it? The Golden Girls, yeah. Can you believe nobody wrote All in the Family? Sanford and Son. Oh my God, that was really funny. That was really funny. Let me ask the guides what you all need to know. How is our democracy going to fare post midterms? How are we going to do? How are we going to do? I understand now don't get me wrong. I understand how stressful it is Kojak. Jeez. Where are you people coming from? Like a blast from... Are we time traveling? Are you time travelers? We want to look at how our democracy will do now that the midterms, well, all the votes are in. They're not all counted. But how will our democracy do? That's what we're going to look at. Somebody actually put up "Welcome Back, Cotter." We're trying to stay distracted. We are. But we were really, it's understandable that people were so freaked out because the Republicans are damn scary. They're damn scary people. There's who being served. What are you guys talking about? Amanda, what are you talking about? Okay, here we are. All right, this is about how we'll do on our democracy. Oh, the Simpsons. Okay, how we'll do with our democracy post midterms after all the votes have been counted. The world is this is favorable for us. That I'm seeing positivity after the midterms in terms of how the world will see us. That's positive. That's positive. I've never felt deprived for not having a TV, and I've never owned a TV. Unless maybe I forgot, somebody might have given me one at one point, but I don't remember. Mr. Ed? Jeez. I think we're all the way back to the 1950s right now. If you're just joining us, people are putting up their favorite sitcoms. And it's been a hoot, actually, because we're lifting the energy. How our democracy will fare after the midterms. So the world looking upon us favorably is a good thing. The 7 of Coins is all the work that we will be engaged in. That's a good thing. And the 4 of Coins. We're still going to have to deal with people putting restrictions like Republicans that just vote no just for the sake of voting no all the time. We'll still have that to deal with. But the 7 of Coins and the world make me feel positive about democracy. So understand that what I'm seeing is, you don't have to understand this, I'm just saying, what I'm seeing is, it just reminds me of after January 6th when we didn't lose our democracy, the message that I just kept getting. And I think it did catch on. I think this was a collective kind of an energy. Oh my God, what we could have lost, which really got people on the bandwagon. That's when I started Grassroots of Democracy this year. I started Grassroots of Democracy definitely motivated by the insurrection because we really recognized, it's kind of like when you get a second chance, you really give it your all. So what I'm seeing in these midterms is we're going to get another second chance. So it doesn't mean we're out of the woods. I'm definitely not getting that we're out of the woods. Definitely not getting that we're out of the woods. But we'll have something to work with. You guys are so sweet. That's why you came home, because you're so sweet. We definitely will have something to work with. Oh, and you know what I wanted to show you all? If you want to be inspired. Okay, a couple things. If you want to be inspired about our country, go to Disney Plus and watch Hamilton. And also, get this book, Renegades. Barack Obama and Bruce Springsteen. I'll just show you a couple pages. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube with copyrights and everything, but I don't know why they'd get me in trouble. Because it's, I'm promoting, I don't know, there's like all kinds of stuff in this great book. I'm just turning to whatever. So there's music and history of America, and it's really about America. Remember, Bruce Springsteen wrote Born in the USA. just really good book. You guys aren't paying attention to me. All right, let's see what else do we get. Most readers said Chris would win in Florida. I read on that, and it looks like, let me just go straight ahead to the pendulum. Because somebody was watching CNN and they told a different story. Love Bruce. Chris is going to win in Florida. I love you too! We're having a love fest. That's what we're doing. I really just came on so we could be together. That was a strong yes for Chris winning, by the way. Let's look at what's going to happen to Ron DeSantis. Thank you for being awesome. I have not even begun to discuss that full moon lunar eclipse that happened this morning. And I was expressing, do not put bad news in the chat. Stop putting bad news in the chat. Warren Green, you know better. You know better. That full moon lunar eclipse, honestly. All right, before I get to that. I do pick up on how the energy has gone in terms of people that were in support of a certain candidate. I did say a couple years ago, I saw a big dark cloud. I don't believe he won. No, I don't. Over Florida. The full moon lunar eclipse this morning, I know that my entire being felt it. Love, love, love. It's all about love. Yeah. And it felt to me like it had shifted my energy so much. It was almost like I felt my whole body went into like recovery, restorative mode. I was describing this to somebody earlier, and then she expressed to me that her daughter expressed it the same way, as if you had just come from, I don't know, having a tooth pulled or having some kind of minor surgery or something, and some great work occurred during that lunar eclipse. And then today kind of felt like, okay, now I'm readjusting to the energy. Just like if you had had some, work done, any kind of physical work done, and then you went into the recovery phase of the work that had been done. So it was like a reset. That's what it felt like. So no matter what happens with these elections, we have had a reset. We know that Ron DeSantis, I'm not going to be talking about who won and who lost. We know that Ron DeSantis is a very, very dark and evil and cruel person. So, if he won, quote unquote, if he won, it doesn't mean that he wouldn't still be resisted and fought against. And I don't think okay, everybody can stop. If you keep on putting it up there, I'm going to go off the air. If you keep on putting it up there, I'm going off the air. So Kelly, I wasn't saying it was a bad thing. Did I say it was a bad thing? I said I felt a shift happening in my physical being from that energy. I was just describing what I'm working on it, Maria, but people keep posting bad news up there. Not the majority, just a few. Sometimes the darkness has to get really in our faces so that we will fight it. Many people OW Mar-a-Lago. What does that mean? O Mar-a-Lago? There's good stuff happening. Don't think it isn't. We had a massive reset this morning, energetically. I know, I'm smacking you all. Maria, I did that earlier. Go to my Church of Spirituality. There's an entire prayer at the start right here on my channel, on my page. There's a great prayer at the beginning. Who got in trouble? You need a good smack. That's what we say up here. You need a smack. All in fun. I voted Democrat straight down the ballot, but I never saw you guys that. No, it's just that I'm working really hard, and it's working. I'm not saying it's not working. I appreciate you all being so positive, and really, it's pretty fun seeing all your favorite sitcoms. Yeah, even if you had no awareness that the eclipse is going on, guess what? Our bodies are, I don't know, something like 90%, maybe more, of water. And you don't have to live on the ocean like I do, next to the ocean, but I think it's more intense if you do, to feel it. It's affecting every single person because we are water, and the full moon pulls the tides. Yeah, straight down the ballot. Blue, 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 blue. No matter what happens, we will still be working for democracy. Right? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You know, Amanda, we feel how we feel. I'm gonna pull 3 cards about that. 3 cards about the eclipse. Where's my drink? It's right here. It's not that exciting, but this is my favorite mug, and there's a chip in it, and I won't throw it with. Oh, Kelly, that's great. I'm mostly peace, love, and light, and a little go. It's a joke. But I'm a Sag with Scorp rising and Moon and Taurus, so you know it's kind of true. And I'm from, I grew up in Massachusetts. Spooky eclipse. It was called the blood moon. And everyone was all freaking out about the blood moon. I was like, it's just called the blood moon because of the color. It doesn't mean that we're gonna have bloodiness. Turn off the TV. Good. And let me say 2. I'm gonna read about the eclipse in a moment, but let me say 2. If a Republican winning an election right now is enough to make you just throw in the towel and give up on everything and give up on democracy, then we need to check ourselves, because Carla, the wielders of the wrenches, you have my explicit permission to, if you see negativity that's not uplifting, because this is an uplifting session tonight. Hopefully it's always that way. Please hit the thumbs up if you can. Then you have my permission to nix anybody's comment that's discouraging. We're not going to stop working. Look at the Ukrainian people, for God's sake. They put us to shame if we're going to be like, oh no, the Republicans won something. Come on, let's get a grip. Good night. I guess, it is kind of late on the East Coast. Warren's going to bed. Join Grassroots of Democracy, everybody. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. Oh, by the way, a little commercial break before I pull 3 cards about the eclipse. PsychicAnnetteDion.com is where you can go to sign up for my next pendulum class, which is happening November 19th. No previous experience necessary. And also, if you've taken any of my pendulum classes before, you're welcome to sign up for another one because they're always different. You can sign up on my website. So, and to join Grassroots of Democracy, it's on my website and all that. PsychicandEtion.com. Maybe Terry can put that in the chat. I wasn't going to say the word old, but, you know, some of these sitcoms people are coming up with is like Mr. Ed. I'm like, really? Going way back to black and white days. Oh, you grew up in Massachusetts. Yeah, it's great. The Twilight Zone. Chuck says the Twilight Zone. Is that funny? Warren, I thought you went to bed. Don't go to bed yet. I'm going to read about the eclipse. The overall effect of the eclipse. Hey, we're all about positivity here. It's not Pollyanna. It's necessary. It's necessary to shift the energy. Are you back working for a company being a psychic? Oh my God, I just have to say something about that. I attempted to do that, I can't tell you how many times, and I could never really get it to catch on. Are you at Martha's Vineyard? Nice. We're going to be getting some rain from that hurricane. I wish they'd stop naming hurricanes after... Oh, thank you, you're sweet. I wish they'd stop naming hurricanes after people. Today I was thinking, how can we get them to stop naming hurricanes after people? Because I don't think that's a good thing. Yeah, obviously a lot of boomers are subscribers. Couldn't get what to catch on. Somebody was mentioning that they work for a psychic line. American Psychics. Yeah. Are you in the UK? Fran? Yeah. We're just having a little bit of a discussion here. There are 800 numbers for psychics online. I did work for Miss Cleo long time ago when I lived in Nashville, and they paid practically nothing, and you didn't even have to be really psychic. I am, but obviously, but I'm looking at the full moon eclipse. But I could not my guides didn't want me on those psychic lines because they never allowed it to work out for me. Here in the UK. Yeah, the psychic lines, they have psychics from everywhere, but, West Gloucester, really? I did Miss Cleo's psychic line, I really did. And then, believe it or not, September 11th happened, and prior to September 11th, like a week or so before, everyone's reading had the Tower card in it, and and when September 11th happened, I freaked out, and I quit. She didn't pay enough. Okay. The effect of the eclipse on the collective. This is a collective few cards here. I'm not going to stay 2 hours tonight, just so you know, because people are going to bed and stuff. No, the guides didn't want me to stay on those lines. And then people would call and they'd be like, I want to talk to Miss Cleo. And I'd be like, I'm sorry, she's just an actor. The effect of the lunar eclipse is the hangman. It's an interesting hangman card. It's a hanged woman. Is about we need to surrender to the higher power. We need to read the signs that the universe is showing us. The Seven of Swords is the full moon lunar eclipse. For a lot of people, is highlighting where they feel in their lives they're not getting, they're kind of falling short of what their true desires are. And the Nine of Cups. This can be a time, if we ride the energy of this full moon lunar eclipse and really use it like an alchemist, we can really benefit from it as a collective energy. So the Seven of Swords this is really about releasing that which is really draining you. Really, just releasing that's really draining you. Did somebody put bad news up? I'm not seeing it. So this eclipse is really calling for people to look at what in their lives that needs to be cut away from their lives. Set it free. Just untie the ropes. Just let your ship sail, because this is really about letting go. This eclipse. Eclipses are not to be taken lightly in terms of, like, if the universe keeps sending you a signal, get rid of that relationship, get rid of that job, get rid of that thing that makes you in a bad mood and complain all the time. This is about cutting yourself off from that. I don't know who Walter Mercado is. Damon, you must explain. So it's really positive. You can use the energy of this full moon lunar eclipse. Ride the wave. As long as we cut away the olds, there's room for the new to come in. Warren, you're still here. America's Funniest Home Videos. Yeah, that would be, if you want to lift your energy up, watch some of that. How long is the effect of the lunar eclipse? Well, we just came off a solar eclipse on the new moon. It lasts for months, actually. So you might as well do what you need to do, because the energy of the eclipses, it lasts for a while. It lasts for months. I don't know specifically. It's kind of up to the person. But if you want to make big changes, there's a lot of support for that. A lot of support. By the way, somebody just mentioned that Sadhguru, there's tons of videos of Sadhguru on any topic, but he does talk a lot about the full moon and the eclipses and everything. I just said that, Warren, right? Yeah, Sadhguru explains the effects of the moon, and don't let me keep you up or anything. Go to bed. Yeah, they last a few months. Okay. Kelly, you must be psychic. She was just typing that about Sadhguru. You can't go wrong listening to Sadhguru. Here comes Chuck with a great quote. Eclipse of the light of heaven, eclipse of God, such indeed is the character of the historic hour through which the world is now passing. Off their rockers. Okay, so I guess we're winding down, right? I mean, we'll go an hour and a half. How's that? Somebody told me that I look like Patty Duke, but I don't know really what she looks like. Oh yeah, psychics connecting through the ethers. It's 10 o'clock here. My God. So I have a little assignment for the next. We're gonna go for till we're at 90 minutes. I have an assignment, and the assignment for the rest of the next 10 minutes is in the chat. You have to put something good. Okay? It's a little game we're playing. 10 more minutes, Amy. You can't stay with us for 10 more minutes? We've been on this long. No, really, I'm off in 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what Patty Duke looks like, I don't think. I have to look her up. Anyway. Anything in the chat has to be fun, has to be feel good, warm and fuzzy like puppies, cotton candy flavored popcorn. Really? You know what I like is like peppermint and chocolate drizzled over popcorn. That's good. You've resisted eating more cookies tonight. That's good news. I made some pumpkin spice cookies the other night. That was good. The Mod Squad. Good Lord. Amy, you're still here. Oh, that's funny. You had an awesome first date today. Let's hear it. Where's that bell? Where is that bell? Keep it going. Keep it going. Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, listen. Yeah, I can't even believe I didn't mention listen to great music. Because we were on our little tangent about the sitcoms. When Biden won, that's a good thought. I like this little game. A bath in chocolate. Losing 10 pounds. Good for you if that's what you wanted. The dog's liver enzymes are back to normal. It keeps buffering. That's the first I've heard, Elamar. We need to upgrade your technology. I know how it is, believe me. I have enough problems. I'm praying to the technology gods tonight. It seems to be working. So shall we do 3 cards? Like for the collective? Saw 2 rainbows in one day. Listening to the best of America. What is that? Our connection with each other. Very nice. Where the bells ring. Oh, by the way, tomorrow's Wednesday, so I'm going to be on with Corey on Bridge Cape Ann. 6:30 p.m. live Eastern time, so you have to go to Bridge Cape Ann to catch that show. I'm on like a making videos marathon. Also, went for a walk with the neighbor today. How about this? We voted. If you go to psychicannetdion.com, you notice that my channel's not monetized. I prefer for people to go to my website and you can donate anything you feel, you know, like when you watch live music, there's a tip jar, you know, but I don't want to monetize on YouTube, so there's certain things I don't gravitate towards and I don't know really why, but that's one of them. So if you want to donate, you know, just consider it like a tip jar. You can go through my website, psychicannetdion.com. So, also, let's see, I had something else going on I wanted to tell you about on my website. The pendulum class, right? But it seems like there was one other thing. It'll come to me. Should we do 3 cards for the collective? Well, of course we'll get through this polka music. I feel like breaking into some polka music, but I don't know any. Red Mirage. Okay, 3 cards for the collective. How's that? And a 1 and a 2. Okay, 3 cards for the collective. Let's see. We did 3 cards for the full moon lunar eclipse. So just to recap that. It's a really good time to meditate and surrender to the higher power because the Hanged Man came up. And this Tarot of the Divine, which I love this new little deck. New to me. I will show you again. Tarot of the Divine. Really, I love this deck. So it was the Hanged Man, it was the 7 of Swords, and it was the, I'll think of it. What was the 3rd card? Anyway, what was indicated was, it was the 9 of Pentacles. What was indicated was this can be a very prosperous time, but we have to cut away the old. No, it was the 9 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. So it really is about surrendering to the higher... Look, I have an equal amount of likes and people here. Thank you. We cannot let in the new until we cut away what's not working. That was the message there. So I'm pulling 3 cards for the collective. And I'm reminding you that tomorrow night I'm live with Corey remotely. The reason for that is that we're getting to indoors time and COVID is still a thing. So we'll be Zooming. Gonna make sure my Wi-Fi is working. I think it was working okay. I only got one thing. I have sang America the Beautiful on my channel once when I was over on Facebook. But I think I've kind of lost my voice because I've been talking for 3 hours. So everybody sing it on your own and we'll do that another time. 3 cards for the collective. And then I'm going home because it's after 10 p.m. Eastern time. You guys are funny. You really want me to sing God Bless America? Who's on Dora? On Bewitched? The cards for the collective. Okay, here's the deal. We are going to have to keep our heads up high because we're gonna hear some things that we don't want to hear, but it's okay. So we'll sing God Bless America. We're works in progress in this country, so it's the everything. And Dora from Bewitched. Yeah, I'm not doing the show side by side with Corey because COVID's still a thing. I don't sit with people in close proximity and breathe on them for hours at a time. Not a good practice when it's still out there. Yes, Adrian, I couldn't have said it better myself. It's not going to be peaches and cream. The Ten of Swords is there. It's not going to be peaches and cream. It's not going to be easy. So, we're not putting bad news up. These are the 3 cards. We'll see things that we don't like. And we're still working. There's a lot of things in play. I'm not wearing a mask, but I'm not going to sit with somebody for 3 hours breathing on them. Having them breathe on me. King of Wands is we're still in charge. Our democracy is still in charge. Okay, ready? God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. I hope you're all singing along. I have to say, there's a Sicilian festival in my hometown. And you might, if you've been following me, I posted stuff about it. And at the closing of this festival to St. Peter, the patron saint of fishermen, I live in the oldest fishing village in the United States. At the closing, when they're putting the statue back where he belongs and everything, we sing God Bless America as a community, all together with the Italian marching band, and it's so awesome, and it's so beautiful, and I just had that on my mind singing to you. So, I didn't plan to sing to you, it's just so many of you were like, sing God Bless America. So, I am so grateful that we are here together, and let's just look at this one thing I want you to think about. We wouldn't all be together if it weren't for Donald Trump. That's God's honest truth. Challenges create alliances. My guides told me that recently. Challenges create alliances. So let's stay as alliances, and we will be back soon. Love you all. Namaste. Have an awesome night. Get some rest. Watch a sitcom. Belly laugh. We've got this. No matter what happens, we've got this. All right, see you soon.